Well, we could talk about springtime and my twisted relationship with that season, but let's talk song. Today I'm going to look at a song by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, a band that I don't really know. I think the closest that I've been to listening to one of their songs was a Harry Potter movie. I know that they are kind of mystified and a lot of people like them very much. I don't know them at all. And I'm going to start listening to Wild God, their new single now, and let's see how we like it songwriting-wise. So let's get going.
Once upon a time, a wild God zoomed all through his memory, in which he was into.
That is really, really interesting harmonies.
It was rape.
D major. The intro was, I believe, A minor something.
And pillage in the retirement village, but in his mind he was a man of great
That is special.
virtue and courage. And he flew out the window with his long trailing hair and the smoke.
The chord progression in the verse is rather special because it is D major, F major, C major, and probably A minor. And then the second half of the verse is even weirder.
From the bodies went straight up in the air. He went searching for the girl down on a Jubilee Street.
Is that the
But
chorus?
she died in a bedsit in 1993.
For the harmonies, I'm thinking Pink Floyd, a little bit David Bowie. We leave the diatonic realm completely and we create something that is very, very weird in a positive way. I think a lot of emphasis lies on the lyrics here, which we can take a look at the end of the song. Chorus. I think it's A minor G in the chorus now. I don't know where we're building towards.
A wild God searching for a faraway girl who was basically a mirage that nevertheless loomed large. And the people on the ground cried, oh, when does it start? And the wild God says it starts with a heart, with a heart, with a heart, with a heart. Bring your spirit down.
That's really catchy and simple and hooky.
When he's moving to the flames of anarchy, and he's moving to the winds of tyranny, and the sweet, sweet tears of liberty, and moving around the
Very powerful and
body like a prehistoric.
original, prehistoric almost. And it's fun to play along. I have not understand this. I must look at this again. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't understand it. I like it very much. Somehow I expect a fade out. Somehow I expect a fade out. I need to understand this. It might be this. It might be going from G over F, something with E, maybe even secondary dominant, but I don't hear it that strong to dominate towards that A minor. Okay, what do we make of this? This is a very original and authentic and thinking out of the box song and songwriting. I like the harmonies because they are not very usual. Let's summarize the two chord progressions that there are. One is the verse, and the verse is D, F, C, A minor, B minor, G, G, and C. Now, it's really difficult to determine in what key we are in. I'd say because the chorus is basically only A minor, G, with a build-up that we are going to talk about in a second. It's rather difficult to determine which key we are in, I'd say, because we have the most chords from the G major scale that we are in something like G major. Doing modal interchanges every once in a while, borrowing, for example, the flat 7, this F major chord. Yes, and this is actually the only chord that is borrowed, and that makes sense harmonically if we look at it, but still opens up a totally weird atmosphere, especially because the verse then would start on the 5 chord, and the second chord would be immediately the modal interchange chord flat 7, adding to the confusion and adding to this weird beauty that is in the verse. I want to take a quick look at the lyrics, something that I don't do with the other reaction videos as of now, but let's see what he sings about. Once upon a time a wild god zoomed all through his memory in which he was entombed. It was rape and pillage in the retirement village, but in his mind he was a man of great virtue and courage. And he flew out of the window with his long trailing hair, and the smoke from the bodies went straight up in the air. He was a wild god searching for what all wild gods are searching for. And he flew through the dying city like a prehistoric bird. He went searching for the girl down Jubilee Street, but she died in a bedsit in 1993. So he flew to the top of the world and looked around and said, "Where are my people? Where are my people to bring your spirit down?" Especially the beginning sounded like a poem because it was very written through, very composed. We could see quite nicely the rhyming pattern of A, B, B, and nice symmetry in line length and so on. It gets a bit more confusing in the second half of the verse. And of course, it becomes more storytelling in a way, right? A wild god searching for a faraway girl who was basically a mirage, but nevertheless loomed large. She would hang under the rail as he blew round the room and make love with a kind of efficient gloom. This is a booster line. And make love with a kind of efficient gloom. How great is that? And the people on the ground cried, "When does it start?" And the wild god says, "It starts with a heart, with a heart, with a heart, with a heart." And the people on the ground cried, "When does it end?" And the wild god says, "Well, it depends, but it mostly never ends, because I'm a wild god flying and a wild god swimming, and I'm an old sick god dying and crying and singing." And the outro, that is basically the longest lyric bit, is "Bring your spirits down, oh we're wild gods, baby, we're wild gods, yeah, bring your spirits down." I think this is on the harmonies of the chorus, which was an instrumental bitty. Before that, this was this woo thing. I call it chorus nonetheless. "Oh, we're wild gods, baby, we're wild gods, yeah, bring your spirit down." Oh, well, he's moving through the flames of anarchy, and he's moving through the winds of tyranny, and the sweet, sweet tears of liberty, yeah, moving round the world. He's moving through your body like a prehistoric bird. It's very, very colorful, symbolic, very deep lyrics that basically don't mean a single thing, but are still very beautiful to listen to. So, all in all, I think I will listen to Nick Cave more often in the future because it captivated me, and it will take a while to warm up to that new kind of songwriting because it's very, very out of the ordinary, but it's something that I appreciate very much because, especially lyric-wise, there is a lot of poetry involved and a lot of, thought and time and craftsmanship, something that I appreciate very much. If you want to learn how to write lyrics like Nick Cave, no, I can't really tell you this, but if you want to know a bit more about lyric writing, about harmony writing, about songwriting in general, I suggest you take a look at the almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting that I came up with together with my friend and co-YouTuber Henning Parley from HP42. So if you haven't checked out the course yet, I suggest you do that. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about springtime now.